Good morning, Tony Dattino, founder and chairman of the USA Memory Championship. And things are happening so fast right now, it's hard to believe. As I look at the calendar, my goodness, it's September the 11th, which is also a memorable day in our country's history. But in my case, it's 17 more days before we go to the USA Memory Championship, as well as remembering the things that happened on 9/11 in 2001. So we get this honoring the people that gave their lives for terrorists, and then we go to, okay, how do we live today's life and make things as positive and as prosperous for people as we can. And one of them, obviously, is showing people that there is so much more you can do with your memory than you always ever thought possible. And they made that statement from talking with thousands of people over the 25 years of running the Memory Championship and talking to media people and TV, magazine folks, asking them a question that continues to baffle me in terms of the answers I get, or the lack of answers I get, which is, do you believe that you can improve your memory given the belief and then the willingness to see, well, how would I do that? Is there a book? Is there an online course? How would I learn to improve my memory? First of all, you got to believe that you can. And if you don't believe, then why would you pick up anything? Well, maybe there is something you can believe. Watch the USA Memory Championship. It's on YouTube. You can go watch it, and you can say, wow, these were people that decided they could improve their memory. And the competition is an event to prove that you can. And we've done this 24 years, and we're now in the process of doing our 25th year. And as we go to our 25th year of the USA Memory Championship, we've got a couple of things that are growing out of it that are pretty exciting. And one of them is on November 10th, MIT in Cambridge, Mass. is hosting an event for champions. So we're taking and inviting it's invite only, the top people over the last 25 years, which is turning out to be the last 5 years, are being invited to participate in a competition on November 10th at MIT. And they've been very strict about that invite, so the people that are being invited are uniquely special. They've demonstrated their passion for the memory competition. They've demonstrated their ability to learn what those skills are. And they're courageous enough to say, and I don't mind putting my brain on display in a competition to see how I do against others. And what's been amazing about the Memory Championship is it's brought together a group of people that share a common belief and sometimes share a common worry, which is, God, family members that have had dementia or Alzheimer's, or family members that have lost their memory, or I'm worried about losing my memory. It's brought together a group of people that have had some family experience with dementia, and a group of people that are in a proactive way on learning what skills may be or what things they could do to improve their memory. And so it's brought friendships, and what's been great about those friendships, and people have said to me over and over, this is like no other competition we've ever seen, where the winners and the top people share their skills and techniques with other people. And that's pretty unique. So they've built friendships, they've built camaraderie around it, and they've built a teaching mechanism. And what we've been able to do is learn from the mental athletes who have been so gracious and wonderful to give skills and tips and how to do those things. And we did put them into a maximum memory mastery course that's on the USA Memory Championship website. But more importantly, it's brought us to an event at MIT on November 10th, where there will be a competition, but then people get a chance to share and tell their stories to an audience of people that they're expecting to be in the 1,000 range. So it's an exciting time, but boy, the amount of work and planning that goes into these things, the events themselves, the people, the invitations, the accommodations, what arrangements need to be made at the Kresge Auditorium, which is the MIT major auditorium there. How do we get invites out? How do we get people to attend? How do we get the mental athletes to compete? And so that's been lots of phone calls and lots of emails and people calling back and criteria and details about, where are we going to go and where are we going to stay and when is it going to be. And so November 10th is a Sunday, smacked in between a Saturday and a Monday, Veterans Day. So, and it's the weekend after the election day. So my goodness, did we pick a good spot, a bad spot, or we got a spot, November 10th. And so we're excited, but there's, again, work involved. And in addition to that, we have, guess what? September 28th is the official 25th USA Memory Championship. The MIT is the recognition of 25 years. The September 28th is the official, this is our 25th USA Memory Championship. And when I first started this, God, it's hard for me to believe it's 25 years. And when I first started this, we were at the Park Central Hotel in New York City. We'd have like 20 people show up to compete. My PR agent had gotten press releases out to the media and whatever. We had more people lined up in the hallway of this small little conference room we booked. We had more people in the hallway with press credentials than we had mental athletes competing. And 25 years ago, I always remember this, for a writer from the New York Daily News and the New York Post, TV people were like, wow, this is going to be so fantastic. This will be all over the country. And what I don't think many of them realized is all over the country was not going to be possible in less than 25 years or more than, I don't know, because so many people do not believe that they can improve their memory, and they either have it or they don't. And I don't know where we've missed the boat in our educational systems to have so many people not have the confidence and the belief that they can in fact improve their memories. And yet, I asked a student, or I asked in a talk I was doing one day, when do we use our memories? And a 12th grade boy stood up and said, Mr. Zartino, is that a trick question? And I said, absolutely not. And he said, well, we use our memories in everything we do all day long, from when I get up in the morning and what clothes I'm putting on and what subjects I have, what tests I may have in school, where I need to go. We use memory in everything. And I raised the question, well, gee, do you believe you can improve your memory? And the answer from somebody in the room was, well, we are never taught that. Nobody ever teaches us about our memories and how we can improve it. And then it says, gee, isn't it kind of silly that something we use every day, as our 12th grader has told us, we aren't being taught in the educational systems how we can improve it? And that really hit me. It hit me to the point where, gee, we got to destroy this myth. I mean, God, there are things you can do to improve it. There are systems, mnemonics, techniques. And people, sometimes they use the word, well, those are tricks. They're skills, my goodness gracious. You know, if we teach people how to play a game of poker, and they go into these casinos and play poker games, do we call those tricks if they're winning at a table or blackjack, or other than hitting the wheel on the wheel machines, playing cards? There's a mental process behind that. What your hands are, how many cards are in there. Memory is our skills. There are systems and methods that history has shown us for years. And the one that kills me is we teach people how to do mind maps, mapping a mind in a way that enhances retention, comprehension, and then creativity and memory of what the information is we're trying to map in a mind. And it just blows me away when we work with people and they see the difference it makes in our lives, that 25 years later, this is still an uphill climb. And we're still fighting the battle of, do you believe you can improve your memory? And then, are you willing to take some time to educate yourself? And now here's where our education system, I think, has just failed us. Are you willing to take the time to educate yourself on how you might be able to do that? And then, are you willing to practice and take some And we tell people 15 minutes 3 times a week. Josh Ford did that. Milwaukee with Einstein author. He did that and won a memory championship with it. And he had to apply himself. He had to put his brain to work. But he bought into the belief, and then he followed the belief and practiced it, and then entered the competition as a lark. And turns out he wins the championship. And the next thing he's writing a book, Milwaukee with Einstein. So we're still on this uphill climb. I'm still passionate about this because people go, well, why do you keep doing this 25 years? Because I've seen the difference it's made in people's lives. And if there's one thing that gives me purpose and gives me motivation to keep on going, it's knowing to make a difference in people's lives. And to that degree, September 28th is our 25th Memory Championship. And November 10th is the MIT event that we'll be doing to follow that up. And celebrating what men and women, adults and kids have been able to do with the belief that they can, they have, and they did. And follow us on YouTube, and you'll see on the 29th of September, if all goes well now, it's not watching hurricane season, but if all goes well, we will be doing our 25th event here at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida. And that will be edited in YouTube on the 29th. So have a nice week. This is now midweek. We've made it to Wednesday, and we'll see you back here on Friday.